What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So this video was going to be a little bit different today since Game of Thrones ended last night. I am so sad. I was going to basically do a Daenerys Targaryen CAS throughout the seasons, all of her different looks, all of her different styles, and talk about her story arc and her character development and what I thought about her in the last season. But that kind of went to the wayside right now. I'm still gonna do it. I thought about adding like a little bit to it, like what I thought in this video, but I kind of want to give this video to the original Targaryen conquerors. House Targaryen ruled as the kings of the Andals, the Rhynar and the First Men, the lords of the Seven Kingdoms, and the Great House of the Crown Lands for nearly 300 years. 17 male Targaryens ruled from the Iron Throne. The dynasty ended with the death of Aerys the Mad King during Robert's Rebellion, in which the Targaryens were overthrown and replaced by House Baratheon. The two surviving children of Aerys II, Viserys and Daenerys Targaryen, fled into exile and had resided in the free cities of Essos ever since. So this is essentially where the first book and the first season of Game of Thrones picks up. But this video is not about Daenerys or Viserys. This is about Aegon's conquest. Aegon I conquered most of Westeros, together with his sisters Visenya and Rhaenys and their dragons. Aegon subdued 6 of the 7 kingdoms, successfully resisted only by Dorne. Not all the continent had to be taken by conquest, as some regions and houses actively supported House Targaryen and others submitted voluntarily. Rhaenys was a beautiful woman, with silver gold hair which she kept long and wore loose, purple eyes, and a slender body. She was kind-hearted, graceful, playful, curious, impulsive, and given to flights of fancy with a mischievous aspect to her personality. She loved music, dancing, and poetry. She loved flying even more, and it was said that she spent more time flying on her dragon than her siblings did combined. Rhaenys was born on the island Dragonstone to Lord Aegon Targaryen and his wife Lady Valena Velaryon. She had 2 older siblings, Visenya and Aegon. Although, according to Valyrian marriage customs, Rhaenys' brother Aegon was expected to marry his eldest sister Visenya, he took both his sisters to wife. People claim that he had wed Visenya out of duty and Rhaenys out of desire. When her brother Aegon began his conquest of the 7 kingdoms, Rhaenys sailed with him from Dragonstone. She and Visenya were sent to secure the submission of castles nearby. Rhaenys flew on Meraxes to Rosby, which yielded peacefully to her. After having conquered a dozen houses, Aegon was crowned king. Rhaenys, now queen, held him as Aegon, first of his name, king of all Westeros, and shield of his people. Aegon was tall, broad-shouldered, and powerful in appearance, with purple eyes and short-cut silver gold hair. He was very charismatic and commanding. Aegon was born on Dragonstone in 27 BC to Lord Aegon Targaryen and Lady Valena Velaryon. He had an older sister Visenya and a younger sister Rhaenys. According to Valyrian and Targaryen tradition, Aegon married within the family. However, instead of taking only one sister to wife, as had been common, he married both of them. When Pentos and Tyrosh asked Aegon for his aid in their struggle against Volantis, Aegon flew to Pentos atop Balerion and met with the Prince of Pentos and the city's magisters. Aegon next flew to Lys, where he burned a Volantene fleet before it could attempt to invade the city. Shortly after, Aegon returned to Dragonstone. While the Century of Blood came to an end, Aegon's interest in Westeros grew. He had previously visited the Citadel of Oldtown and the Arbor in the Kingdom of the Reach with his sister Visenya, and might also have visited Lannisport in the Kingdom of the Rock. He had a huge wooden table made, cut in the shape of Westeros, with a map of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros painted upon the surface. No borders were painted upon the table, however, as Aegon believed it should be 1 realm instead of 7. Storm King Argilac Dondarrion reached out to Aegon, proposing marriage between Aegon and his only daughter, Princess Argella. All the lands east of the God's Eye, from the Trident to the Blackwater Rush, were offered as her dowry, although the lands did not belong to Argilac. His offer was an attempt to create a buffer between his own kingdom and that of the Heron. Aegon refused, stating he had no need for a third wife, and instead offered his close friend and rumored half-brother Orys Baratheon as Argella's husband instead, in return for lands. Insulted, Argilac cut off the hands of Aegon's envoy and sent them back to Dragonstone, upon which Aegon called his counselors together. After 6 days of consulting, Aegon sent forth ravens to every lord in Westeros declaring his claim to the throne. Like her siblings, Visenya possessed the classical Valyrian features: long silver gold hair, which she often braided or bound up in rings, and purple eyes. Hers was a harsher, more astute beauty than her sister Rhaenys. A voluptuous, sensual, and passionate woman, Visenya was also stern, serious, and unforgiving. Some claim that Visenya dabbled in dark sorcery and played with poisons. Visenya was both a dragon rider and a warrior, comfortable in both silk and in ringmail. When garbed as a warrior, she always wielded the Valyrian steel longsword, Dark Sister. Born on Dragonstone, Visenya was the eldest child of Lord Aegon Targaryen. Her younger two siblings, Aegon and Rhaenys, were born within a few years following her birth. Since a young age, Visenya trained together with Aegon at arms, and she became a skilled warrior. After having conquered a dozen houses, Aegon was crowned king. Visenya, now queen, placed a Valyrian steel circlet on Aegon's head, while their sister Rhaenys held him as the new king of Westeros. Following the coronation, Visenya accompanied the Targaryen fleet to Oldtown and the Vale. When the Arryn fleet sunk a third of the Targaryen ships and captured many more, Visenya descended from the sky upon Valgar, burning their ships. Next, Visenya was sent to Crackclaw Point by Aegon. The local lords had heard of the fate that had befallen Harren, Lord of Harrenhal, and submitted quickly, swearing oaths of fealty. Visenya took them as her own men, and from that day forth, the Lord owed their loyalty directly to the Iron Throne. Oh, that was a lot to read. This was just a brief history of Aegon's conquest. I hope you guys liked the Create a Sim video of Visenya, Aegon, and Rhaenys. I will definitely be doing a Create a Sim video of Daenerys and talk about her character. Mainly her character arc in the show, because it's a little bit more popular than the books, and right now it's a little bit more complex. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys later. Bye, guys.